시작?
Yeah?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. 안녕하세요.
Uh, welcome back to our latest episode. Uh, you announced it last time, so I guess it's my turn this time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this time we are going to be talking about choreographies.
Because we're both
Because-
dancers.
Yes, we are. We are both dancers.
Hang on, wait. Give me a second. I have to take this video off because I'm just looking at a thing of Hyolin's ass because where I paused it.
Wait, what?
I had the video paused on my screen and it was Hyolin's Dali, the dance practice, and where I stopped it, it was just Hyolin's ass on the screen.
Whoa.
I'm too gay for this.
Okay.
So choreography.
Choreography. Yep. It's funny though, because most K-pop choreographies are extremely hip-hop oriented.
Yeah.
And while hip-hop is my style of dance now, the one I did the most was actually ballet. That's why it kind of baffles me that part from Spring Day is I can't do it. But it is mostly the fact that I'm fat and gravity's a bitch. I'm not wrong.
You're not, but the way you said it's just funny.
Right, I'm fat and gravity's a bitch. If I try to do Jimin's part from Spring Day or when they all do it as a group, I'm gonna hurt myself.
I can't do it, and that's weird because as most this I'm quoting this and this is generalization. As most Korean dancers start, I did modern.
Wait, what?
I did modern / contemporary when I started.
Oh, okay.
And you learn stuff like Jimin's solo thingy because he did modern and contemporary. So
right, when he first auditioned for Big Hit, he was learning contemporary, and it's a beautiful thing. I wish he did it more.
I sucked at it. That's why I quit.
Because I'm clumsy.
I'm just better at hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I can
hip hop's just overall easier because it's not as it's not like with ballet that everything has to be precise.
Right.
Hip hop, if you don't extend your arm all the way, it doesn't necessarily take away from the performance.
Right.
Whereas in ballet, contemporary, if you don't extend your arm all the way, then you set off the entire dance and everyone can tell you're out of sync. But what was the first K-pop choreography you ever learned?
Oh, that's easy. Sister, shake it. Not even ashamed.
Oh my god.
I remember that literally it was the best thing I've ever done. And I still know it to this day, which I'm still proud of because I learned it a while back. That song's decently old.
You've been listening to K-pop a lot longer than I have. My first dance, which this is why I started laughing. You're male, and your first K-pop choreography was a girl group.
Oh, of course.
I'm female, and my first was a boy group.
But then you also have to remember, I am extremely feminine on my own.
Oh yeah. But my first K-pop choreography was GOT7's Just Right.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah, you saw that. You've seen all of my choreography.
I've stalked your YouTube. That's why.
Yes, you did. And you would comment randomly on. What video did you comment on? You either commented on Mic Drop that I put up for Hobie's birthday, or the original choreography to Astro's Song Again.
It might have been Astro.
I think it was Mic Drop.
I think it was Astro.
I can't remember. All I know is you put in caps locks, "That's my Nuna."
Sounds like me.
I was sitting there going, my family watches these. They're going to question me now. What the hell does Nuna mean?
What's a Nuna?
What's a Nuna? Why does it sound so much like your childhood nickname? family knows that I'm attempting to learn Korean and all that,
Right.
and Japanese and Mandarin, because I like hurting myself.
Yeah, clearly you do. So the process of learning, as we were talking about right before, the process of learning is actually quite. I think it's my favorite process. It's like my favorite thing about dancing, is the learning process. I feel like just because it's you know, you're spending all this time on something, and then when you finally get it right, that sense of like achievement, you know, like that's like my favorite thing.
It's the same thing with me, especially when I did learn Just Right, because in the middle of the chorus, they do that weird jump thing, and it took me the longest time to do it. That and there was another part that it took, that part. It took me a good month to learn that, because normally when I would learn a K-pop choreography, it takes me about 2 to 3 months, depending on the intensity of the song.
Right.
Or if I'm doing it for a contest and I'm only given 2 weeks.
The shade.
There's so much shade. Like, that is my worst cover dance. And you've seen it. I turn the wrong way. You can visibly see when I forget the move. I'm
sorry, but I just kept laughing. I watched it. I was cracking up.
I told Toby this, and Toby cracked up with this. You and James saw it before PG got it.
Right. And I pointed out your mistakes.
You cracked up. Who are you kidding?
I cracked up and then told you.
You broke down laughing. I'm trying to remember at what part. I think it was when I finally dropped to my knee.
Yeah, I think that was it. You just cut down and just the look on your face.
Because for those of you who haven't seen this dance cover of mine, if I can remember, I'll put a link somewhere. If not, just go on my YouTube. Literally, if you type in Brianna Secreto, I pop up right away. And if you look up the 17 clap dance practice, you will see I am in the middle of my street. So there are little pieces of rock and glass everywhere. And I landed on a rock. And I think at one point you hear me say, ow.
Yeah. It's right after you get back up. You go, ow, and then you keep going. And I was like, okay.
Hey, you gotta keep going. You can't just stop dead.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's why it took me, that video was after fucking 12 tries. I gave up for a solid day on this contest.
I'm very aware of this.
Sorry.
I know so many dances at this point. I remember learning Shake It by Sistar was a real challenge for me because I've never really danced like that before. So I had to learn how to drop, like slut drop. I had
drop and get back up without it looking like a problem.
Yeah, and now I do it like a pro.
It's weird. I can do it when I'm at work and I have to squat down to get something because, especially during summer, I wear skirts and dresses. I work in a kitchen. It is too hot to function in pants. And to get down to the lower level of things, I have to drop. But again, I'm wearing a skirt. I can't just drop with my legs wide open.
Right.
So I have to drop, and I can drop and get back up, no problem. When I'm doing it for a choreography, whether it's K-pop or non-K-pop, I still have trouble getting up. One time I dropped and I actually fell and hit the ground. My friend fainted and died. We were doing, I can't remember the song, like who the artist, but it was a Hispanic song and it was just called Shaky. And we were doing like a hip hop Latin flair to it. And we had to slowly drop, like sensually. Kind of think the Jimin and Jungkook coming of age dance. We dropped that slow and made that exact pose. But with me, wearing the wrong shoes, and being my size, I just hit the ground, and my friend Shayna fell out laughing at me for a solid half hour. Like, class ended, and she cracked up. Like, if you go back and look at when I tried to redo Just Right and I forgot to dance entirely, the girl running around behind me making an ass of herself is my friend Shayna.
I was actually that same like slow drop you were talking about. That's at the end of Dali, and so and then here's another thing that I'm learning while doing Dali. There's a lot of midsection moving going on while the rest of my body doesn't do much. So that's another thing I'm learning.
Oh, kind of like belly dancing style.
Yeah. She does a lot, like as she gets down from the slow drop, right? She just turns her stomach twice on Dali, right? And I have to learn how to do that while still in that bottom position.
So you like struggle hardcore with that.
Yeah. And I'm still going to cry over the split because it's literally right before the chorus. She goes down into a split, and then what does she do? She turns, and then she gets up. Another thing I'm learning how to do is bend down to touch my toe, like my ankles, whatever, and slowly glide myself up while arching my back. It's hard and it hurts. So this is like I said before, Dali is now my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
And once I get it, I swear I will find a way to record it and I will post it because that will be my greatest achievement.
My thing is, when it comes to K-pop dances, I cannot do cutesy.
What?
When it comes to girl group dances, I can't do cutesy. Like, I tried. I know the point moves to cheer up. I know I know most of Twice's point moves while not being a Twice fan. Go figure. But I can't. I think I was looking up SNSD choreographies, and that would probably be the closest to cutesy I would get.
Yeah, I feel like with
cute, but it's not as cute.
If you look at SNSD choreo compared to very early Red Velvet stuff, maybe I guess. Like they do cute, but it's more of like a mature cute, if you know what I mean, right?
Right. Like I feel like, especially after seeing Red Velvet at KCON and seeing them live, I would probably be able to do their dance.
Right.
Because you have to, you're still cute, but it's not like
it's extreme. Okay, well then maybe Red Velvet wasn't a good example. Like, I'll just keep using Twice because that's what you went with. Like, you look at Twice and you can obviously tell they're young, right? You look at SNSD, they're women. Like, they have that strong woman sense about them. Even when they're doing cute songs, like Lionheart, I guess, or something. Or G, like, they still do it in a way that you can tell they're grown up.
Right, exactly. It's not like, trying to do a Jinx Mr. Chu. Don't get me wrong, I love that song so much. And I like the dance to it.
I love that dance.
But for me to be able to try and sit here and do it as a 26-year-old woman, I'd be like, I can't do this kind of cute.
Or a Pink Snow.
I'm not a cutesy person.
Thinking about it, whose choreo I think you would actually like doing? Hannah. I think you would like doing Hannah's choreo. Like, she does a lot of, like, given her songs aren't exactly for children, but, like, her choreo it's more mature and she doesn't do much cute stuff, like, at all.
Right. But it's like, for me, it's not even, when it comes to cute style performing, it's not even limited to the girl group.
Right. There's some boy groups that I'm like, what?
When Astro first came out with Hide and Seek, number one, I'm not knocking the Hide and Seek choreo. I love it. It's actually very intense.
It's oh my god. Go,
don't even get me started on that foot thing. I can't do the foot thing without tripping myself.
I mean, I can do the foot. I just don't know how they, like, in sync.
My thing is, I can't do it how they do it, which is their feet turn in and their feet turn out.
Right.
I can't do it that way. I can do it with both my feet going one direction, but the going in and out thing, I can't do it.
I can.
That's you.
It's like I can see how it's hard because like subconsciously I just by myself, like thinking about like choreo like that, I automatically do it in and out. It's hard for me to do, like I can still do it one way, but I'm doing it right now, that's why I sound so
My
like
thing is, like, I end up if I'm focusing on it, because I one day I turned on hide and seek, and I was just testing to see how much of the dance I know.
mm-hmm.
And when I wasn't overly thinking about it, I can do it. When I overthink it, I can't do it. And I'm like, what the hell?
Me, honestly.
That's why. And then my thing is also, as much as I can do the boy group dances, I cannot do any of Astro's.
Yo, I don't even blame you. I can't do Astro.
Like, especially like, because I wanted to learn the choreography for Again, and I wanted to learn Baby.
Oh God. You mean the Moonbin's thing in the beginning of Baby?
Just the opening part I would fuck up on so bad. And then the thing with Again, there's so many little pieces I can't do it solely.
Mhm. See, the thing about Astro's choreo is that all their choreo works together. Every single person's part plays in with the entire performance.
Right. So the only way you can probably do it and make it look semi-okay is if you literally sit there and record the song 6 different times, do the 6 different parts, and then somehow fucking fit together.
No way, you can't.
No, that's the only way it's gonna fucking attempt to look right.
Or
anything else is gonna look special.
Or just get multiple people. I mean, I would
even like here's the one cutesy thing I can do. You're probably gonna laugh at me for this one.
I always laugh at you.
I know you do. Sing BTS Third Muster.
What?
You know,
oh!
Like when it's Jin, Hobi, and Taehyung.
고파 너의 오빠 날 사랑이는 너무 고파.
No, you gotta pat your lips when you do it.
I was!
Okay, well, so you do realize when we meet up and we rent out the dance studio for the day, I'm making you do that with me.
I hate you, but okay.
You love me, and you're better at Eggio than I am.
I am. It's my talent.
My talent is walking into walls.
I've noticed.
Apparently burning myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just hit my phone.
The funny thing is, the burn I have now, it's not worse than the original one I had on my other arm.
Right.
But it's darker.
Okay.
I think because this one was actually just a hot oven and not grease.
Right.
So, thank God it's a small miracle, but... that being said, BTS is another style of choreography I can attempt. I'll just trip over myself, with the exception of Bepse.
Oh, don't even get me started on Bepse. You know what?
We already me and him have had this conversation before, and we know which members we are when it comes to Bepse. He's J-Hope, and I'm Jin. Or maybe RM, it depends. It depends on the day. I'm probably more Jin. I can't be the one like dressing.
I can. That's why yeah. But I mean, I guess it's probably because anatomy. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. I've seen perfectly capable women do it too.
Say it again.
I was like, maybe that's just because anatomy or whatever. But then I was like, but then I've seen perfectly capable women do it, so I guess it's not it.
No, I think it's just the fact that I have no control over my body half the time.
Oh.
Like, even I catch myself when I am just like randomly doing Bepse, like around my house or whatever. When they do the running across part, I flap my arms like Jin. And then, so thing. It's only for that practice. I watched some people on YouTube stream the Wings concert from time to time,
Mhm.
and so I did get to watch the Wings concert without going to the Wings concert, but they did that today, and I'm like, oh, fucking so different from the dance practice.
Mhm.
You know, it's like watching them do War of Hormones dance practice versus live, and it's completely different, and it's Jesus Christ.
We don't talk about War Home.
But
You know what I find funny is that I prefer doing girl group dances over boy group dances, and I think that's just because it's easier for me to learn that way, and it's quicker for me. Because as intricate as
like,
some of them get, I still learn it
depending on
easily.
the girl group dance, I would probably be pretty okay with them.
Right.
But for the most part, it's like, nah.
When we dance together, if I have Dali down by then, I'm gonna teach you. I will teach you Dali.
Okay.
Okay. We like I said, we're just gonna live stream that entire thing.
Maybe with when we eventually, like if you come down before the Day 6 concert, we can do it then.
Right. That's. I mean,
if we try and do it around the Day 6 concert, then we're just gonna be kind of rushing.
Right. We could do it after depending on how long I stay with you right?
That's the thing, because we're gonna have to. I'm taking off for the Day 6 concert, but I will have to work the next day.
Right. What is it on a Saturday?
No, it's on a Friday.
It's on a Friday.
Yeah.
Are you working that Saturday?
I mean, I am, but I can either ask to have someone switch with me, or I can just ask for off, because I really don't ask for off that often.
Right.
It would just have to.
Because what we could do is
as far as I can tell, I'm not taking off from now till then.
Right.
Which is say something, because it is July. And that is November.
Right. And the thing is, I might come down Thursday night or Friday morning.
I would say, even like, if you come down Thursday night, I would be at work.
Right.
Like, you can always, either take a cab or... You threw out my cup. Huh? Well, it's not anywhere on the bar. Unless you gave it to somebody else. Now, here's my question. What songs what B-side tracks would you like to see a choreography?
B-side tracks?
Or think of any K-pop song that you would want to see a choreography for.
That I haven't yet or doesn't have choreo?
One that doesn't have choreo.
This is hard. Because most, the main groups that I really like learning choreo from, their B-side have any Big Bang song. They don't dance.
True, Big Bang.
Yeah, Big Bang, they don't really have choreo much.
No, you're right, because even, I'm thinking back, and only a couple of them really do.
Yeah, they originally would, have choreo for them. But they drop them and they don't do them because at concerts and stuff, and G-Dragon and all of Big Bang themselves have said this in a Weekly Idol episode, instead of worrying about choreo and dancing and whatever, they focus on moving closer to the audiences that are further back and can't see well or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Right. So they're like, we don't got time to dance. We have to, fans. We have to see them. They have to see us. That's their thing.
Right.
And
but
so...
In a sense, though, I like that.
I wish there was more choreo for Bebe. Because there's only choreo at the end. It's literally just them standing there with, dancers dancing with them. That they don't, they don't even dance. They just the dancers just like wiggle on the.
They just kind of stand there and their partner dances. I think I've
Yeah,
seen that one.
yeah. Because Baby is like my favorite Big Bang title track.
I would say for me, it's actually an Astro song, and it's Dream Night.
Oh.
I would love to see like maybe like a prom style choreography for that one. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, it would have them having partners, but I'm okay with that. I'm not that fan. I'm not like, no, they're only for me.
Right. I love seeing idols and like their backup dancers hang out and chill with each other. Hyuna and her backup dancers, they are the best thing. During the babe dance practice, or Bebe, right? She was, she was doing her part, and then during the chorus is Bebe, 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 right? You heard the male dancers in the back chanting Bebe. And then like during certain of the part, like they were doing fan chants and stuff like that. And like there's this one part where it goes Pyeojo, Pyeojo, right? And they're going Pyeojo, Pyeojo.
They were like fans.
Yeah, Pyeojo. Yeah, I love that. And like there's like multiple videos of Hyuna getting along with her dancers.
Right. Or even because Astro is getting a lot more traction fandom-wise, I think it would also be kind of cute, sticking with the prom style. Maybe, I don't know, this might be a cultural thing, that even be something cute to do with like their international fans. Kind of like how GOT7 did with Confession Song. Like maybe showing up at like someone's prom. Like let's say they hold a contest or whatever, but they don't notify the winner. They notify the winning school, but not the winner. And then Astro just kind of shows up at their prom and sings Dream Night.
Oh.
It would be cute.
Oh, you say GOT7 and prom, and all I can think about, will you go to prom with me? Oh, you want me to go to prom? Dad, would you go to prom?
No, hold on, you think about it. He asked Mark what the prom first.
Oh.
He looked at Mark and goes, what's prom? and Mark went, dance. Oh yeah, I want to go to prom with you. Want me to go to prom with you? Want to dab with you at the prom?
Dab with you at the prom? You want me to the prom? You want to dab with you at the prom? I love him. I love him too.
I love him, but sometimes he needs to keep his damn mouth shut.
and then his thing will be like, damn, this is my thing, I gotta keep doing it.
Because he did try to stop dabbing for a while.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, is Bam Bam growing up? This is my thing. This is what I'm known for. I'm like, oh, fuck. The thing was, when I first saw the video, the first, like, couple seconds of the, music, or the sound wasn't there because it was on Twitter when I saw it. And when I clicked it, that's when the audio came up, and it was right where he was, because this is what I'm known for, and I'm like, fuck, dabbing.
No, I saw it on Twitter as well, and it was like, why Bam Bam, and I was like, oh, well, click, and then I started it over, and I was like, oh, Bam Bam, just no.
Like, Bam Bam?
Please, no.
But, like I said, I do love Bam Bam. I think it was their stop recently in Toronto. Apparently Bam Bam calls their Canadian fans his...
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's fucking adorable.
Cause it's from the ASC, right? When he was like, are there moose in here?
It's like, they're not just roaming the streets, right? Yeah. There's totally just random ass moose roaming around Canada.
I mean, ask you know who, she may know.
And then he said he wants to dab with a moose, so somebody brought like a stuffed moose.
Oh.
I think it was when they were having their tour for Fly. They went to Canada.
Right.
And somebody brought like a stuffed moose for him to dab with. I was like,
I'm not surprised.
That being said, whenever I see Bam Bam as skinny as he is and I want to feed him, I don't think I want to push him.
Right. Since going back to our topic, GOT7 choreo.
Dude, don't even get me started. I've attempted so many parts of GOT7 choreo. I can do like one move from Fly.
And it's the fly.
Exactly, that's the exact part I could do.
Same.
That one. So you know which one I want to attempt, but I also don't want to attempt because my body would hate me for it.
What?
Hard carry.
Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to think of what GOT7 choreo I would want to do. I want to do I Like You.
I want to do I Like You too. I enjoy the I Like You choreo. I enjoy the Magnetic choreo.
Oh, Magnetic.
Because Magnetic was the first GOT7 song I ever heard.
Right.
Magnetic.
I said right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said what? Because, you know, Dream Nights.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's my go-to drama when I'm sad.
Honestly, I don't have a go-to drama. I just have go-to videos.
I mean, like, I'll watch YouTube videos. When those don't work, I'll rewatch Dream Nights.
Same. But not same.
But,
You know whose choreo I wish I could learn? But any Shiny choreo. Like, I'm always like...
The only thing, like, Shiny, I can relatively do Shiny choreography related is probably the one part from Ring Ding Dong.
Ring Ding.
Yep.
See, no, here's the thing. I can do parts of Ring Ding Dong, and it's mainly that, like, the point chorus thing.
Right.
And then I can do certain parts of Replay. And, like, that was, like, my goal. My goal last year was to learn Replay, but I never did it. And now my current goal is Dali, and I'm not going to stop talking about this. Dali is my goal.
What did I set my goal as? Because I haven't danced lately.
Before you called, I was dancing.
I know, you messaged me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I got so confused by your text.
How do people do it? Okay, just to fill them in, I was talking about how I was very close to. I'm very close to finishing Dali. I just have to learn certain parts. Like, I have the main thing down.
It's not even learning certain parts. It's figuring out how to do certain parts without hurting your dangly bit.
Yes, that's literally what it was. I'm like, how? Because, like, I watch a lot of dance covers when I'm trying to learn to dance. Like, I watch dance practices, I watch other people dance it, like, seeing how they change it to them and how other people change it to them. That's it, because, you know, not everyone dances the same, unless you are choreographed to dance the same, right? So, watching other people do it, boys especially, there's so many covers of boys doing Dali, right? And I was like, okay, if they can, I can, right? And then I go to do the main part of Dali, like the first chorus. And for those of you who have seen the Dali dance practice or know the dance, know what I'm talking about. You know, she does that one part where she's laying on her stomach, and she only lifts up her butt, and her butt goes up and it moves, and then she comes back down onto it. My problem is, once I'm up and I come down, I smack against the floor. So, like, I come down and it's like, ow, and then I keep going because, you know, my mama ain't raised no quitter.
Right.
So, and then there's this other part during Gray's first rap, right? Where it goes, tuck, tuck, hey, right? And that's when she, like, humps the floor. And I'm like, ouch. Like, I can't. It's like, I have to learn how to not smack myself against the floor.
Right, pretty much.
Because that's what I do. I'm like, I got this. Pow, pow. Not to mention her legs up, so it's out there. It's out. like her leg is, like, lifted up on the side. Like, it's still on the ground, but it's lifted up to the side. They're free.
You might need to tuck when you do this.
I might.
But I think my goal for myself is probably going to be, because I know most of GOT7's A.
Right.
But the part that I struggle with is Like I can do Mark's part towards the end,
Oh.
but then when they all drop, they kick the one leg up, they pop back, they kick the other leg up, and they do both legs.
Mhm.
I want to try and do that without hurting myself.
I mean, it's quick, so.
It's quick, and in my head, I have the quickness down, I have the movement down. In my head. Now it's just getting that to work with my legs.
Right.
And my arms.
I can't wait to see that happen.
That's why I said it's my goal for myself. Like I said, but my thing is what I got to work on.
Mhm.
If you notice in A, during the dance practice and during the MC,
Mhm.
there's two different parts to the choreo
Mhm.
that they either switch up or they don't use at all.
Right.
It's either the little turn with the arm.
Mhm.
No, it's not that part. What am I thinking? It's
The jumping, the jump part.
Yeah, that it's either that or it's something else entirely.
Mhm.
Or it's either the jump or just the leg.
Mhm.
So it's figuring out if that's strictly per, like if they switch it off or if they what's how they do it.
Right.
Because for the most part, I'll do the leg thing and forget entirely about the jump.
Right.
But that being said, A is like one of my top God 7.
Oh, of course. Same.
Because Sweet Baby Sunshine gets like his own part.
Yeah,
And he was so excited about that.
Young Jay hit so many lines. Also, I love that. My favorite part of the song is the ending. Mark's ending part. It's not working. So stop front. Just because of the choreo, and like I loved it so much when I first saw it.
Yeah.
And also, I love that Grandpa JB did some cool stuff.
Listen though, but when he did it, he wasn't Grandpa JB.
Right, he was Baby JB.
It wasn't until like the next song or two that he became Grandpa JB because he hurt himself.
He was middle-aged JB then.
Yeah, he was just middle-aged JB. I'm saying this, and I'm older than JB by like 3 years. 2.5.
Okay, yeah, but
He's
you
early 94 and I'm late 91.
You move more than he does, than he's able to.
Huh?
You can move better than he can. This man gets up and he's like, oof, oof.
What about that one time that it was in I think it was a funny video, but he went to go spin like on his hand and he fell and he just landed and he went, oh, good night.
Yeah, that he's just like, I'm not getting up.
I'm not getting up to go lay here for a minute. I just smacked my stomach real hard. When I was back when before I quit dancing back in 2005.
Oh, geez.
So clarification, I danced from 1994 until 2005. From 2005 to 2016, I didn't dance.
Right.
So I went back 2 years ago. So before I left, the last song we did was this older song called Vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it sounds as bad as it is.
Okay.
I like the way your beat vibrate, but it's really just talking about a girl's ass.
Wow.
Yeah, but we had the one lyric was inside out, do it faster, slow, something like professional, do touch the floor, slide down the pole, stuff like that. So when it said slide down the pole, we had to do a handstand and slide onto our stomachs, kind of like how a lot of idols do now in some of the choreos.
Right.
Like, Blood, Sweat, and Tears style.
Oh.
We had to do it like that, but quick. Now, the one time, I used to do it fine, but then the one time we were practicing right before the show, and I ended up doing a full perfect handstand, and I was like, shit, I'm supposed to come down now. So I started just lowering my arms like I normally would. And I belly flopped onto the hardwood floor. Underneath that hardwood floor is concrete.
Ow. Oof.
You and I'm just as big now as I was then. And you audibly heard the smack. And I laid there for a second completely dazed before I got up and did the rest of the choreography. My dance instructor credited me for the fact that that happened and I got back up.
Right.
Like, but don't do it again. That looks like it hurt. I'm like, Jay, I can't breathe. Like I hit so hard it knocked the wind out of me.
Oh God, I've had the wind knocked out of me once, and I will never forget it.
Just because I stopped at my friend's house to use the bathroom
Mhm.
because I had to walk back to my grandmother's, and she lived a mile and a half, 2 miles from my grandmother and her collection. And it was snowy and icy on the ground.
Oh,
So
oof.
I went up to use the bathroom on the way down. I lost my footing and I slipped. And I slid down her hardwood steps.
Mhm.
Not on my ass or anything, on my back.
Oh.
And my arm because I tried to catch myself. I
Mhm.
ended up grabbing her railing and stopping myself from falling and smashing into her television set.
Mhm.
But I had, like, I sat there, I was dazed for a minute. I don't remember exactly what happened afterwards. I didn't
Mhm.
hit my head or anything, but my mind just kind of blocked it. But when I got back to college, my friends knew I had been with my boyfriend that weekend.
Mhm.
And they asked me if I was dating him.
Mm.
That's how bad the bruise on my arm was and my thigh.
Damn.
I was like, no, I fell down a flight of steps. And then they're like, that doesn't help. That sounds worse. Like, no, straight up. Like, you know, last weekend, the storm and snow, and they're like, yeah, like, yeah. I stopped at my friend's house getting hardwood floors that night.
Mhm.
And I was like, think about it. He laid a hand on me. You think he'd be alive? I feel
Right.
like now next time for the ass. Because I do not condone violence. If I am that person, and I did this in college. I watched a girl who I was on the hip hop dance team with being yelled at and threatened to be hit by her boyfriend. He was drunk as all hell. She was sober, but he was drunk.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, if you're gonna fucking fight somebody, fight someone your own fucking size. If he was so close to my height, she was maybe my kid. She was tiny.
Mhm.
And he goes, dude, your mom never teach me any manners. Like my mom said, what's your excuse?
Mhm.
And he went to go take a swing on me. But again, because he was drunk and I was sober, I sidestepped and watched him hit the ground. And you want to try again?
Mhm.
As soon as I said that, my friend Greg had come out and had a cigarette with me. That was the first thing. And he saw what had happened, and he goes, Brianna, get away. You will hurt him. I know you.
It makes me
Like, you already
jealous
hurt
because
yourself.
you.
People don't understand. I was trying to explain to a couple people who know I listen to K-pop and I follow different things.
Mhm.
And they were like, well, what do you mean by crazy fans? Like, you mean that we got here? Like, oh, hell no, it's 100. It's not even 100%. It's a majority report.
Mhm.
Because even in America, we know not to throw something.
Mhm.
We must, don't get me wrong, as Americans, most of us are pretty fucking people.
Right.
And when I say most, I mean, a lot of people in America are pretty fucking people.
Mhm.
But we know not to throw cell phones at people.
Mm.
I think we're talking, was it a member of SNSD?
Yeah, I think it was SMSP.
Because a fan threw her
Yeah.
phone on stage and it clocked her right in the head.
Yep.
Yeah, like
I mean,
that.
there've been people who throw water bottles, stuff like they just throw anything they can on the stage, and
It
it's
was like
it's
somebody,
dangerous.
this one involved Beethoven, but somebody made like a paper plane
Mhm.
in the shape of a heart, and they threw it at him, and it hit him in the eye.
Oh.
Like I understand you want their attention.
Mhm.
That's not that. Yeah, that's how you're gonna get attention. But guess what? They're not gonna like that attention.
Right.
Like even I think it was an EXO concert. I can't remember which member it was. But somebody held up a sign with one member's name on it. And
Mhm. If I remember, it was Chanyeol, and if it wasn't Chanyeol, then it was probably Baekhyun. I don't remember.
I think it might have been Baekhyun.
Might have been, but like that stuff's not okay. Like if
Yeah.
like okay, if you are a person who happens to be able to go to a K-pop concert, they are people. Respect them as people. Don't throw things, don't say things that you wouldn't say to another person on the street or someone close to you. Because I know a lot of people hold their idols dear to their heart. I do that as well. I hold a lot of my idols close to me because I love them and I look up to them, right? So like if you're just gonna throw things at them and make them purposely do things that are going to make them uncomfortable, I don't think that you truly care about them, because you only want, like, most, like, this is like most of the K-pop fandom. They always want what's best for their idols, and that's not like in a selfish type of way. It's like, you can be happy just as long as I'm also happy. No, you want to love them unconditionally. Like, if they're happy, that should be enough, right? Like, you shouldn't need much more from them, because that's how I feel. I feel as long as they're happy and healthy and they're doing what they love and they're okay and everything's fine, as far as to my knowledge, I can feel okay.
Right. Like, if you're gonna sit there and gross. Like, hold on. Let me keep talking for a second. Let me get out.
Hmm.
So it's not as loud.
Right.
But I'm the same way. Like, even like that ties in with anything that makes them happy. As long as it's not detrimental to their health,
Hmm.
I don't see a problem with it.
I don't like there's a lot of things that idols do that sometimes they don't really have a choice in doing, right?
Right.
Like there's like I wish that they wouldn't do certain things, but there are things that they have to do because it makes them happy. Like Wumho, he works out a lot because it's something that he loves doing. And yes, although he is getting really big and things like that, as long as it doesn't hurt him and he's happy, I'm okay with that. I don't care if I don't care if it's not personally in my preference of someone being that big, but as long as he's healthy and fine, I don't care. As long as he's happy and healthy, that's all that matters.
Exactly. But also, I think Jin had posted a picture of his sugar gliders, and somebody had the friggin' audacity to comment on the picture, put the rats away. Nobody wants to see.
That's fucked up. They're cute. They're so cute.
They're adorable.
I know.
And there's something, especially because if you look at when he got them, it's right when his dog passed away.
Right.
Those are his form of comfort.
Right.
And they make him happy again, because he was, when you could see it, like how upset he was when his dog passed away. And so the fact that he has these sugar gliders to make him happy again, and the other members are also very accepting of them. Like, you know, I think that one of them was crawling up Jimin's arm, and he's like looking at it and cooing at it, being overall Jimin. But, you know, this is something that makes him happy. Don't tell him to put them away. Especially when also a lot of the fans enjoy seeing his sugar gliders because, again, they are so freaking cute.
But yeah, you're gonna go look at Yeontan and be like, oh, so cute. Like they're like
Yeontan, Holly, Mickey,
right.
Ratmon, like, you know, I always forget that he named his dog after his rapper name, and it makes me giggle.
Right.
But you're gonna coo at all these, especially Taehyung, that he has so many pets. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna coo over them, but then when Jin pulls out his pets, ew, put them away. No, I would, just to spite that girl. If I were Jin, I would have posted about 20 more pictures of I'm not gonna say the names of the pets with them.
I don't remember the names.
Huh?
I don't remember their names.
It's like Mucky and a Thingy. Yeah, those are the names of his. They're named after fish cakes, probably. Count on Jin to name his pet different foods.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
That's neither am I. But you know, it's ridiculous. And then, especially in the case, because he got his pets and Tae got Yeontan so close together, that I feel like overall people just fawn more over Yeontan, which I can understand. It's a Pomeranian. It's cute, it's fluffy, its eyebrows are incredible. But it's a boy. Oh, why do I keep saying it? It's a boy. But like, it's it bothers me.
Mhm.
And that goes along with their pets. You trying to control their dating lives.
Oh, I was actually just thinking about that because I feel like at this point BTS have turned to pets for comfort because at their status at this moment, I don't think they're able to date. Honestly, there would be
Oh, no,
way
not at
too much backlash from it. And that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be a thing for idols. Like they shouldn't
No.
fear about, exploring their love life just because of their status. Everyone deserves love and no matter how they get it.
Lies, while enjoying these fans, or not fans, enjoying these artists, is that the fact they're never probably going to date you.
Right.
If they do, then you either want a fucking contest and they take you out on a date, which I highly fucking doubt,
Mhm.
and or so maybe there might be just chance they're attracted to you. But for the most part, because of their status and because it is so hard for them to date outside of what they do, they're going to end up dating another celebrity. So you can't be mad when that happens.
Or and
Like,
even if an
would I like to be going out with a member of BTS? Yes, but it's not for their fame. It's because of the fact that it's the little things. Like, I love the fact that every time Namjoon goes to the beach, he wants to hunt crabs. Am I freaked out by crabs? Hell yes. I am freaked out by a lot of things. However, if he looked at me and said, "Hey, let's go crab hunting," I'm not going to say no. It's something that makes him happy. Like,
see, the thing is, this is a thing that I have personally noticed dating in Korea or whatever. If you say, which I think is just plainly fucking stupid, because actually, Alex mentioned this. My brother Alex, he mentioned this because I was talking with him and I was about K-pop and whatever, and he was like, most people don't wanna listen to K-pop because of the language barrier, but yet they go listening to like Despacito and Spanish songs that they don't understand. And I'm like,
which is 100% true.
I don't get it.
A song in Spanish, but not a song in Korean. What kind of do you realize how stupid you are?
Right.
That's my question. Because me personally, I don't really listen to songs in Spanish, but that's just my preference. Do I like the Latin undertones? Yes. But it's just my preference that I don't listen to a lot of Hispanic music. However, that being said, I listen to a lot of Italian music because I am Italian. I listen to a lot of Celtic music.
Oh, really?
Like, growing up, I listened to a lot of, like, Enya, Celtic Women, Celtic Thunder. Well, Celtic Thunder, while they do some, classic Irish, Scottish songs, they do a lot of American covers, which are either really good or really bad. It depends on the song that you're singing it.
I mean, myself, I am a native Korean speaker, and someone who has been in K-pop my entire life, which is just pop to me, pop music to me.
Okay, it's just pop to you.
It's just regular music. I've listened to American music even before I knew English. I didn't understand it, but I still listened to it because I thought it was catchy. I listen to Chinese music. I listen to Japanese. I'm all over the place.
Chinese and Japanese too.
I've listened to German music.
Are you talking about that one German heavy metal band? Oh, what's their name? My friend Matt listens to this one heavy metal German band, and I can't remember the name of it. I don't remember off the top of my head. But like, even like you're saying, Chinese, Japanese. When it comes to Chinese, I do listen. Like, if I'm watching like a Taiwanese drama, I end up falling in love with at least two of the songs.
Right.
That's at the very least. But Japanese, I mean, a lot of the songs would be classified just strictly under anime. But one of the Japanese voice actors I like is also a J-pop singer. So after I sat there and I listened to him sing on the soundtrack for the one show, his name is Miyano Mamoru, and he was voicing a character, Ichinose Tokia, on Uta no Prince-sama. A lot of Japanese in there.
Uta no Prince-sama. I know it.
It's one of my favorites.
I haven't watched it, but I know it.
Well, he played one of the main characters in that, and after I listened to that, and I listened to him, I think he did a song for Black Butler as well, because he played Joker in Book of Murder. Was it Book of Murder? No, Circus.
Book of Murder. Why didn't I correct you? I've seen all of Black Butler.
I don't know. But I went back and I just went to YouTube and I typed in Neon Amaru just to see what pop up. And I found one of his concerts. And I listened to him sing and I fell in love with him even more. But, like, just kind of limiting yourself to one style of music is completely stupid.
There's so much type of music out there. And just because it's in another language doesn't make it any less good as the music.
Okay, pause. Hi everyone, this is Editor Janelle. I just want to say sorry for the things that you heard in the background because I was moving a lot. I had gone upstairs during this podcast. I apologize for that, and my mic on my phone literally picks up everything. So I really apologize for all the noises that you hear in the background. A lot of this is going to be there's a lot more that was done in this podcast. So if it's really short, I apologize. I did edit a lot because we talked about personal stuff that I had to edit out. So please stick with me. Please accept my apology because I tried. I really did try. Also, sorry for being really loud. I don't know why I was really loud when we recorded this. So I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
Of your language.
Right.
And so it's like, I don't understand. I think it's because, I don't know if this is correct, but as far as I know, from what I've experienced, Americans have like this weird hate towards Korea because some of them can't tell the difference between North and South. So it's like, yeah, I've been, I actually got clocked on my English the one day.